up, guys? My name is Kyle from Dognotic Cars. This is my 7 Passat VR6. I traded my 2001 Audi A4 for it because I used to have 5 of these in Jetta VR6s and Passat VR6 models. And my favorite is the Passat VR6 because they are less prone to rust than the Jettas. Jettas suck. Especially if you live in a place with snow. Yeah, they're horrible. But, whatchamacallit? My 95 didn't have this. Yeah. So, I traded my 01 Stage 2 Audi A4 for this because this car sounds dope. And when I drove it, it seemed like it had bad engine mounts. It really did. But then come to see, it wasn't bad engine mounts. Well, actually, yeah. I thought it was bad engine mounts, but if you look over here, you can tell that's a yellow mount. Now in Volkswagen world, the yellow is a race mount, from what I remember. But yeah, apparently these mounts are shot, or I don't know. They're not supposed to go bad like this, but you know, I already ordered the Stealth Kit mounts from ECS Tuning, and they have arrived. So I plan on taking this apart and checking why these engine mounts are shot. There is no reason to have race mounts that are super stiff and have them take a crap. Even there you can tell there's a little yellow in that corner. Yep, right there. So we're gonna find out why this thing has crappy mounts. Stay tuned. Well, welcome back, guys. So popular to contrary belief, when I bought this car, I actually happened to have got race mounts already installed in this car. Apparently whoever had this car before me loved it a lot more. But yeah, they took the time and put these race mounts in, but still there's movement in the chassis, like something is broken, or something is moving, or something is wrong. And these are race mounts, as you can tell. You see, look, right here. Like right here, see, you can see it. Barely any flex. And these ones are my new mounts. They're stock mounts. You can tell. Well, can you see the flex in these things? Like, see, I can twist it. This one, barely any. So it's a lot stiffer. But for some reason, it keeps rocking back and forth, which I have no idea why it's doing that. So, I mean, as you can tell, this thing is covered in oil. So there's an obvious oil leak somewhere, which is causing either the mount to take a crap. So we are going to find out why this mount is just shoddy right now. Makes no sense. I mean, there's a broken stud there for the cover for the back of the mount, but that won't do anything. So we're gonna find out why this thing is broken and acting up. Makes no sense, but we'll see. We're gonna tighten this back up and check the other mounts for issues, problems, you know, because it makes no sense why when you have race mounts, which these mounts cost $200 and I paid $150 for mine, and it makes no reason, it makes no sense why this engine mount is rocking so hard back and forth every time I step on the gas or get off the gas. So that is something I have to figure out. Wait, do I have AC? Yes, I do have AC. Sweet. I do have AC. Awesome. So let's tighten this bolt and see what else is wrong with this car. I think that should be good. What do y'all think? Let's see. Get a couple more Duggas. Okay, cool. Just letting you know, if you over tighten these things, they will strip. So once you see the socket rotating maybe like a couple of millimeters a second, stop right there. I mean, these are poly mounts, they're very stiff, so they will require a lot more torque to tighten these things, because if you tighten these to factory specs, they will be not, the bolt pretty much will not be flush on the stud. So I would recommend tightening it until you feel it stop. I mean, how much power does my battery have right now? Let's see. 2 bars, that's good enough, you know. And you can see that the mount is squeezed in there, so I mean, that's good enough for now. I'm not gonna push it, because if I have a job to do tomorrow or something, I gotta go look at a friend's car and see if I can help him fix it. So I do not, I repeat, do not want to be stripping this mount at all. So we're gonna put this back on and go from there. And I turned it around on myself. Well, hello, back again. And this is the rear right corner mount. Also has wrist mounts in it. So we're going to check why this is not working properly. Stay tuned. So took it apart. So far, no damages or anything like that. I mean, it's a little stiff. It's stiff than the other ones, that's for sure, and the stock ones. But and this still stiff. So I think we probably had a loose motor mount or something like that. But let's put it back together and check it. Okay, so we tighten it a little bit more. It's a little bit more squished compared to the top. I mean, it's kind of bulging out, but it's as tight as it's gonna get. I don't want to tighten anymore to strip the threads in this. So we're gonna put it back in and see where it goes. Okay, so the motor mount is backed in, tightened up all the way. And yeah, and now I have one small issue left here, which is this. Wow, that jack's almost went in my butt. This boot is not sitting all the way flush on the rack, so I gotta push it all the way back in, tighten it with some zip ties, and then go for a test drive, because I do not want dirt going into my rack seals and destroying my rack. That is just stupid. No, nobody wants that. Neither. So I'm gonna fix that real quick. I mean, as you can tell, right here, it's completely off. I gotta put it back on with some zip ties. Do not ever let your cars go like this, because 5 minutes of your time and some zip ties can save you dropping the subframe and replacing a rack and pinion, and you could have just put a zip tie on it and saved it. So take the time and do it, guys. So that's all done. As you can see, the boot is zip tied on. We are good to go. Saved me a rack and pinion, so I'm gonna put these wheels back on and the rest of the intake, and we're gonna go for a test drive. So we are back in the whip. Wheels are on. The lift's dropped. Uh-oh. We might have an issue. Okay. Alright, look at that. HID zone. Okay, so pretty much we're done for today on this car. Which is my daily now. We're done for today with the mounts and everything else. And now we're back in the car off the lift. Okay, there we go. Okay. Jeez, I wish I had a GoPro or something. But oh, I do have one, but you know, what you gonna do? So now we're just going to test drive it make sure. So now we're gonna test drive the car, make sure it's good, because I have no idea if it's good or if it was the mounts or something else wrong with this car that I have no idea. I mean, from what it looks like, the guy put race mounts in it, so it must have been a turbo car before. So I know this motor is freshly rebuilt. So, yeah. It's freshly rebuilt. And he put poly mounts and he put everything else on this car. Sorry. So now we're test driving and we're going to make sure the car is good. Because before, it was pretty much, every time I gave it gas, it felt like the front of the motor was hopping up and hitting the hood, which was not a good feeling, and I was like, damn it, man, now I gotta buy mounts. And also, always check your parts. Before you start taking anything apart, always check it out. Make sure that you don't have upgraded parts or anything else like I did. Okay. Definitely fixed the problem. Alright guys, so what appeared to be the problem was when the guy put the motor mounts in, he didn't tighten them all the way, so there was still a lot of play in there. So he must have tightened the factory spec, and pretty much, well, now my rear suspension thing was, I don't know, but pretty much what was happening was the car was too bent and bouncing. Well, the engine kept bouncing up too much, because it wasn't tightened down all the way. I tightened all those mounts down, so now I have no kind of hop or anything, and the motor's not bouncing up like it's going to hit the hood. But if I took 5 minutes of my time instead of assuming, and I actually went up, popped the hood and checked the parts, I've been a mechanic for like 12 years, so it's been a long time. Doing this since I was like 19, 20 years old. So I assumed, just knowledge-wise, like, oh, it's a mount, it's stock, blah, blah, blah. No, I didn't take the time to check, and I kind of screwed myself out on $150. I mean, I could probably return to ECS tuning, but I would have to see. So, I mean, do the due diligence, take a look at the part visually, see if there's actually fault with it, instead of assuming like I did and wasting $150. And yeah, save yourself some money, because all I had to do really was tighten the mounts, and look, now I have no problem. Before, the motor used to bounce and lift up and every time I give it gas, so now it's not even doing that. It's super tight. So all I had to do was tighten the mounts, because the previous owner didn't when he put the motor back in and everything together. So, I mean, you win some, you lose some, no big deal. I'll just have to return it to ECS when I get the chance, and then we're good from there. But besides that, I mean, VR6s are last of the dying breed. You don't see B4 A6s, I mean B4 Passats VR6s anymore. You don't. They're very rare, especially the wagons, and I've had a wagon like this, and it was pretty dope. So, yeah. This car is sounding very nice. Can you tell? So, this is a joy to drive. I mean, I lost out because I was going to do a stage 3 upgrade to my turbo on my A4, but I decided to trade this car because I said to myself, hey, if I find one of these, I'm going to trade my stage 2 A4 for this car, which is kind of a hit and miss, because technically an 01A4 1.8 turbo stage 2 is worth more than a 1997 Passat GLX VR6, but who would know? The car is only worth what the guy at the time of the day wants to pay for it. So if there's multiple bidders that want this car and it's at an auction and the guy pays $20,000 for a 97 VR6 with 177,000 miles, guess what? That's what the car is worth. Because the car's only worth as much as the person wants to pay for it. So I wanted this car that bad that I lost $300 in parts for a stage 2 upgrade, and also I lost pretty much lost money on the car itself. So, but you know what? 1.8 turbos don't make that noise. They don't. I've owned them. And ever since I owned my 1.8 turbo, I've had nothing but problems with that car. It's like, you ever had a cursed car? You know? And it's like, wow, this car is cursed. Any way to say it, but you know, car is cursed. And that's what a 1.8 turbo Audi was for me. It was cursed. Because no matter what I did, that car would give me nothing but problems. And VRs, I've had so many VRs while I was growing up, and after I got my license, that, you know, I knew everything about VR6s. So I'm not saying, you know, stay in your comfort zone and pretty much, you know, work on the same thing all the time or own the same car and stick with it. But, you know, I thought, you know what, let's switch it up. Let's go 1.8 turbo, because I used to have a 1JZ Lexus and a Supra, but the 1J was in there first. And Lexus was my thing, my daily, but then I decided to pretty much go, the Supra was riding out, so I put the 1J in the Lexus, and then the Lexus was my race car. I mean, it's pretty much a Mark IV platform Supra, so I was like, why not? Let's just do that. So I did. And 1.8 turbo, no offenses, but you know what? They don't sound as good at a VR, so I'm gonna VRT this thing, and I'm gonna destroy some A4s. Or I'm gonna put this swap in the back and make a mid-engine swap on my E6. If I ever crash this car. Just saying. But, you know. This car, I mean, 1.8 turbos are awesome, but they're just not my cup of tea. I do not like 1.8 turbos. I hate those things. No matter, I mean, if you straight down pipe it, they sound all right, but you know what? None sounds as good as a straight pipe VR6. I mean, take a listen. So, you know, that's why I did it, because I love this motor. I love the way it sounds. It sounds amazing. I always wanted a turbo one out, so I might just do it to this and just make my dreams happen, you know? So, you know, it doesn't matter what other people think. If you want to trade a Ferrari for a Nissan Skyline, go for it. You know, even though the Ferrari's worth more, but if you love the car, it's totally different. You'll start to do anything for it. And that's why I got rid of my A4, even though it's worth more than a VR. Who cares? This is what I want, and what you want matters. Life is short, you know? You got coronavirus happening, you don't know when you're gonna die, so wing it. You know, make things happen. So, I mean, this car is awesome. That fixed the problem. Now I don't have an engine hop, and the engine's not hopping out of the car every time I give it gas or put it in reverse, you know? So it's all stable. So, stay tuned, guys. Next build will be this VR6, but before that, and we gotta do a couple of repairs to my wife's car, her 07 GTI. Timing belt, water pump, clutch, brakes, everything. So we're gonna do that next week. And then we're gonna put coilovers on my A8 because they don't make it. So I'm just gonna do it myself because I don't need anybody's help, because I've done it before. Not to an A8, but you know, converting cars to coilovers. But you know, that's just in the future project. So if you like what you see, subscribe, like it, you know, because I'm also a mechanic that's trying to live out his dream, getting paid to do his own thing, building his own cars, which I want to do, and I'm trying to do. That's why I spend money on a lift, you know, to get the channel set up. All I gotta do is now do the software, do my editing and all that stuff. Once I get that straight, my videos will be mint. But you know, until that time, you know, I got kids to take care of, and you know, they take up most of my time. So yeah, so bear with me, guys. I'm going to get better at this. You know, like, subscribe, help my dreams come true, so I don't have to slave myself, destroy my body every day becoming a mechanic, and I can just get paid from YouTube to do this for a living. And you know, you guys can comment and tell me what you guys want to see on the channel. I mean, it's going to be all German cars anyways, because nobody likes to work on them, not only I do. So this is what I do. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys want to see on the channel, and like, subscribe, so I can build myself up to one of them big YouTubers like Tavarish or B is for Build. And see where everything goes. Sky's the limit, you know. Help me make my dreams come true, and I'll help you guys make your dreams come true by wrenching knowledge, teaching you guys what to do, what not to do, the tricks of the trade, because, you know, I have experience. I'm not being cocky. I have experience doing this for a living, but, you know, experience only goes so far. There's always something new to learn in the automotive field as technology gets better, cars get more advanced, you know. So I'm always learning. I love doing these on my own cars, but I hate doing it for a living. You know, I was not wanting to do this for a living. I want to do this as a pastime, but I was pushed to do this from my parents. So, you know, it is what it is. But yeah. So like, subscribe, let me know what you guys want to see. And guys, make my dreams come true, because this is what I really want to do in my life, is build my own cars, make money doing it. That's it. I mean, if I knew YouTube made this much money, I would have taken all my 1JZ builds and everything, and you would have seen that. And if you guys want to see all my other builds and all my schmuckery and schmutz that I did back in the day, go to Jumpsuit Mafia at Instagram.com. I mean, look up Jumpsuit Mafia on Instagram, and you'll see everything I used to do. That's pretty much my portfolio, how I started, you know. So, you guys, like, subscribe. Catch y'all later. Peace.